Biden's having a hell of a month. What's up, everybody? Now, this is part 2 of Nino Reacts. Check out this awesome video dealing with the debacle of Joe Biden. Let's go.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hivemind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Alright friends, I don't care what anyone says, it's official, they're turning on Sleepy Joe.
Beautiful.
Now, I don't think they're going to force him to resign, and clearly Joe Biden has impeachment protection. He's never going to get impeached for a couple different reasons. But I think what we're watching is a slow, methodical process to get Joe Biden out of the way.
Is that what's happening, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know in the comments what you think.
Clearly, if even the establishment left is starting to throw him under a bus, not just the AOCs and the Ilhan Omars of the world, the Progressive Caucus, but if the establishment left is starting to turn on Joe as well as the media, well then I think we're reaching the point of game over for Joe.
Who would vote for this guy if he runs again, right?
The jig is up, they're trying to get rid of this guy, and that's why we're seeing what we're seeing. I don't think it's a coincidence. I think they knew that Joe Biden was in possession of these documents all along, and they were just waiting for the right moment. Joe was always meant to be a transition candidate, it seems like, whether he wanted to, whether he liked it or not.
Why though? If they want Kamala, right, they installed, Joe Biden's in there. If they wanted to install Kamala, why? Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. Why her?
Maybe this, all along, was the backup plan. Let's talk about it. Let me show you guys exactly why I think that. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, friends. So the media is turning on this guy and turning on him big time.
Yeah.
There's no there there. Those were the president's words this week when he was asked about the classified documents found over the last few months at his Delaware residence and a private office in Washington, D.C. But this morning, it turns out there is even more there than first thought. Federal investigators from the Department of Justice seized more than half a dozen items from the president's Wilmington home on Friday, including some documents marked classified, after an extensive but consensual 13-hour search of the property.
Don't get it twisted. Consensual. What is he going to do? Just tell them, no, the FBI is there at this house. This happened on Friday last week, y'all, right? What is he? I hate when they say that, consensual. What are you going to do when the FBI is at your door, probably with the warrant? Quit with that crap.
The president's personal lawyer disclosed the information last night, saying some of the records were from Biden's time as senator and some from when he was vice president.
Ain't that illegal?
The search of a sitting president's home dramatically escalates the political fallout, if not the legal problems, after the White House consistently tried to downplay the significance all week.
Shame on them.
The search of a sitting president's home dramatically escalates the political fallout. So the DOJ has searched Joe Biden's home, and things are getting worse for him. First of all, not just because of the political fallout, which of course is real. Joe's looking like a real hypocrite right now. Remember what he said about Donald Trump.
You saw the photograph of the top secret documents laid out on the floor at Mar-a-Lago. What did you think to yourself, looking at that image?
Tell us.
How that could possibly happen. How anyone could be that irresponsible.
That was the standard that Joe Biden set, then of course him being in possession of classified documents. While the political fallout is real, the American people aren't cutting him slack on this one.
Our most recent ABC News Ipsos poll says 64% of those in the latest poll, and that was before this latest discovery, believed he acted inappropriately.
64% of Americans say Biden acted inappropriately by hiding classified documents in his garage, home, and office. We're seeing some pretty severe political fallout for Sleepy Joe, but it gets even worse for him with this fresh batch of documents that have now been found at his home.
How many times is this? 5, 6? I mean, God, this dude's a straight criminal.
As ABC's Martha Raddatz reported, the most important part that a lot of people seem to be overlooking is that classified documents were found in his possession from his time as a senator. That right there,
not a president, senator,
changes everything. Because maybe as vice president, you might have given Joe a little bit of slack, or at least the legal system from their view might have given him a little bit of slack. Because Barack Obama, on his way out of the presidency back in 2016 did make some changes to the Presidential Records Act, which made the rules a little bit more lenient for presidents and vice presidents in their handling and possession of classified documents. Joe might have had maybe a legal argument there. I don't know the exact specifics. I'd have to research a little bit more, and really I'd have to piggyback my opinion on what some legal scholars are saying. I'll probably do some more research into that going forward, but at the same time, is it really necessary? Not really, because that argument is out the window. Now Joe Biden is in possession of classified documents from his time as a U.S. senator, not a vice president, not a president, but as a senator. There is absolutely zero legal justification for Joe Biden, the senator, to be taking classified documents home with him. Period.
Horrible.
Zero. That is strictly and absolutely, unequivocally, undeniably illegal. If you ask me, ABC reported that there's a dramatic escalation. Yeah, that right there is the real dramatic escalation, because that now makes this a crime. And Joe Biden is facing the absolute worst thing a president can face, a special counsel investigation. Now, of course, maybe it's hard to say that a little bit these days, or at least it's becoming harder to say that these days, because all the special counsels that they launched on Donald Trump led to absolutely nothing. But in those cases, they never had even a shred of evidence. They never had anything, yet they launched those investigations frivolously. In this case, it's a little bit different. I don't think Sleepy Joe, I don't think 10% for the big guy, Mr. Illegally in possession of classified documents from his time as a senator, wants a special counsel, and especially not a neutral special counsel who happens to be a Republican, looking into his business. You never know where that investigation's gonna go. But if you ask me, I think this whole thing is predetermined. They knew that Joe Biden was illegally in possession of these documents. No one's gonna convince me that anyone was surprised that Joe Biden was in possession of said documents. I mean, we said it multiple times. Former presidents are all in possession of classified documents. Joe Biden probably also has some documents. The news, the revelation isn't surprising. And if it's not surprising to us, then I highly doubt it would be surprising to the National Records Administration. Clearly they knew. You're telling me that this massive bureaucratic entity that tracks all of these documents over the last however many years that Joe Biden has been in possession of those documents, well, they just didn't know. They just didn't realize that they were missing. BS. I'm calling BS on that one. I think this was an insurance policy. And now we're seeing headlines like this. Senate Democrats say that they support a full probe into Biden classified document scandal. Joe Biden's top allies, all the corporate Democrats who you would think would bend over backwards to defend him, are all slowly jumping ship and throwing him under a bus. Nobody is defending sleepy, creepy Joe Biden anymore. No one. Not even his own allies. And we all know Karine Jean-Pierre is struggling dramatically to defend that old creepy loser. But I think we're reaching a point where even Democrats view this as bad news for them, because it keeps getting worse. Joe Biden kept telling us the investigation's done. We found the documents and we handed them back to the DOJ. Well, every time he keeps telling us that, more documents are found. This is the fourth set of documents from his Biden Penn Center, from his garage, from his home office, and then now that they've searched his home, they found another batch of documents. Their initial argument that Donald Trump was in possession of many more documents isn't really holding up anymore, not at all. And we all know the clear distinction that Donald Trump was holding those documents transparently. The National Archives and Records Administration was aware that he was in possession of
They knew about
those documents. Like I always say, they guided him on what locks to put on the door and where to place them. There's a visitor logs. Nobody came in contact with those documents. Secret Service and other security were present on the scene at all times. Joe Biden has documents laying everywhere, and I'm telling you, this isn't the end of it. More documents are going to be found in Joe Biden's various homes, offices, archives. They're gonna find more. And the more they find, the less Democrats are going to stand by him, because it's going to start affecting their career. Clearly, you see that the American people find this highly inappropriate.
Horrible.
Only 34% of Americans polled believe that Joe Biden acted appropriately in his hiding of classified documents. Well, if Democrats disingenuously, dishonestly, and partisanly, I don't even know if that's a word, partisanly, it probably is, continue to defend this guy, they're going to start to take hits to their credibility. Joe Biden is becoming a liability. He's announced that he plans on running for president again in 2024. At that point, the guy's going to be like 200 freaking years old.
You voting for him?
I mean, according to his own words, he served in the Senate for, 160 years? But anyways, I'm being sarcastic. You get it. The point being, he's going to be so old. He's going to be a damn fossil, a sack of dusty bones with tons of skeletons in his closet, all kinds of scandals and investigations following him. The people don't trust him. Democrats don't want him. Nobody wants him. And so I think the Democrat establishment is getting ready to jump ship, to force him into a resignation or to stepping down and letting the next set of Democrat talent, I have a hard time saying that, Democrat, oh man, future potential leaders, take his place.
I don't know about that. Let me know in the comments what you think, y'all. I don't think this guy will resign or step down at all. I just think, I don't see that happening. I may be wrong, but I think these people are so full of themselves. They just want to, he'll probably run again, so we'll see.
Clearly, with Nancy Pelosi stepping down and Hakeem Jeffries assuming her position, they're trying to move forward with a younger face, a younger image for the party, and Sleepy Creepy Joe just ain't that guy anymore. He might have been that guy maybe 30, 40 years ago.
He wasn't.
But no longer is that the case.
He never was.
He's an old fart with a ton of baggage.
Yup.
And I think the DNC is trying to get rid of this guy. And
hopefully
this is maybe the ammo that they had on him. I mean, just think about it. The Hunter Biden laptop, all the emails, all the evidence suggesting that he lied and that he was directly involved in his son Hunter's business dealings, selling American influence to the Chinese, all that evidence, they never launched a special counsel investigation. Now with this classified document scandal, GarageGate, all of a sudden, Merrick Garland is willing to launch a special investigation targeting Sleepy Joe. I don't think that's a coincidence. I think Joe Biden's time is up, and that's essentially the message that they're sending. But of course, we'll have to see how this whole thing plays out. We'll have to see how the cookie crumbles. That's my prediction. That's my guess. I don't think Joe's political career is going to make it to 2024, and I think the Democrats are going to start implementing Plan B. That's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you...
Man, I'll tell you what, great. I love that. I love that channel, ladies and gentlemen. I will leave it again right here in the comments. Again, this 2-part reactions. The other video is right here, and you can check it out for yourselves. Y'all keep your eye on this situation, because I don't think they're going to continue covering for Biden. They're turning on him. Top Biden aide Ron Klain expected to leave the White House soon. He just announced this is his top guy. They're leaving, jumping ship. Let me know in the comments what you think. And again, you're an American. You're a patriot. You got grit. Act like it. I'm out.